everyone, Coach Dax Cordero here for Weaponized Boxing, where we translate boxing techniques and fundamentals into weapons fighting, particularly knife fighting, stick fighting, and improvised weapons. Today we're going to talk about head movement and its role in knife fighting. When you train head movement, okay, most people think that the only thing or the sole purpose of training for head movement is to be able to evade strikes as they come. Okay? So if somebody launches a straight, then you slip, okay? Or a jab, you slip. If somebody launches a hook, then you weave, okay? And you launch your own counter. But this is not the sole purpose of training head movement. Head movement also trains you to become a hard target to hit. So if you're constantly moving your head, okay, then it prevents your opponent from zeroing in your head, okay, zeroing in your head as a target, okay, and it discourages him from trying to hit that target, okay, because you're moving around so much. Okay? Now, how does that translate, or how is that useful for knife fighting? Now, in most knife altercations that you see on video or CCTVs, particularly knife versus knife, it's not very common in Western countries, but it does happen quite often here in my country, which is the Philippines. Okay? When you see knife altercations, the main target is the body or the torso. Okay? But this is not to say that the face is not a target. Okay? For people who know, okay, the face is a very viable target, particularly the eyes. Now, you may not necessarily hit the eye, but if you try to hit it, if you try to strike it, there will always be that reaction, okay? Because, you know, it's very natural for people to protect the eye because these are very delicate organs, okay? So if somebody tries to hit you in the eye, there's always that very jerky, very exaggerated movement, okay? Especially if you're just standing there and waiting for your opponent to make a move, okay? If you're a static target, then it can easily be jabbed into, okay? And then if you react, so two things can happen. You can either get hit in the eye and get blinded, or you can overly react and then he'll look for another target because, you know, as a counter to that exaggerated reaction. Now, if you constantly move your head, okay? If you train to constantly move your head, then this movement will discourage your opponent from trying to hit that, okay? And it removes the head, or at least it lessens the possibility of it being a viable target. Now, how is that useful? It's useful because once you remove this out of the equation by head movement, then you can actually bring your hands lower, okay? You can bring them lower, okay? And concentrate on protecting the lower part of your body. Torso, the groin, the legs, okay? As opposed to your hands, you know, trying to protect everything, okay? Use head movement to become a very hard target, remove it from the equation, and just concentrate on protecting, you know, you concentrate your hands on protecting the lower part of your body. Okay? Head movement, knife fighting, try that.